Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity 2. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today here in... I forgot the name of this place. It's Awara, of course. Yes, we have explored all this a little bit, and over here as well we have a chat. We had a chat with Tiana, even though she didn't say anything, but she did say a lot. And that was a very, very awesome encounter. I actually went to Twitter to try and figure out who wrote it, and it was Paul Kirsch. Thank you very much, Paul Kirsch. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. Yeah, that was very, very amazing. So, we are gonna go into the Chieftain's Lodge because, well, these people are having issues. We're here because we're looking for an expedition. There's a lot of tension in this island. It's very complicated. Amira's blessings on your sails, traveler, says the Mataru warrior. Good. Let's see if I can...
Quiet time.
Steal some stuff.
Welcome to Awara.
Indeed. Okay, what is this? Ragged clothing. I'll take your ragged clothing.
Pleasure is mine.
Okay. Let's bring you over there, Takeo. Or Sauko. Sauko? Ooh. Interesting. Double click works. Oh, nice. Not really. A little bit of money, but nothing extraordinary.
Speak free. Aye, aye.
Let's get you back there if you can, even though we probably can't. Because of the lockpicking.
I'll get that for you. Can't take all the...
You did it? Oh! We're still not seen. I think she was, yeah, I'm pretty sure she was
Slippery as an eel.
at the edge of the stealth. Okay, let's see what we have. The wood is smooth under your hand. Don't touch it. The totem looks to have been carved and painted recently. Okay, let's have a chat with Ranga Ruanui. A lot of the little what's the name of that thing? The umlaudas or whatever, the little... Anyway, and Mawa huddles in close conversation with the warriors next to him. He whispers in a low, stern voice. No sooner do you catch his eye than he grins wide enough to stretch every muscle in his face.
Greetings, friend. Always an honor to receive guests.
He inclines his head and touches his brow. Penumbra, captain of the Astute, at your service.
I would shower you with the fruit of our harvest, but the season is unkind, I say. Kokokahara is restless. Even from afar, the storms tear our bounty up by the root and chase fish to calmer shores.
What is Pokokohara?
An island not touched since the days of our ancestors. The Valians went to Pokokohara for luminous Ardra, but their expedition does not return.
Yeah, I have many problems with all that exploration.
As the storms grow wild, Tikawara dies around us. No traveler will land here if they are forced to eat their belts, I say.
He absently presses his knuckles, worrying the blood from his fingers. Also, oh, that's interesting. I love that. Oh, I love that. That is, I mean, the first part is sort of normal, plain, but this is a lovely way of saying that. And it's good that the first part is plain, otherwise it wouldn't work as well. That's an interesting thing that they eat their belts. Why would they eat the boots, the soles of their boots, if they have their belts? Or maybe they don't have their belts. I have some history with old places that cause storms. I'll take a look. I will. Let's see. Why not move the tribe elsewhere? Yeah, that's right. What more to the point? How I view? I guess he explains it already. Last episode, I was sort of wondering how these guys had even been able to make a village in here if this is such a bad island, but it turns out it's getting worse. It's getting worse. How is Pokokohara causing the storms?
You are new to the islands. I would not expect you to know of these things. Our ancestors told of luminous Ardra, the bones of the Deadfire, breaching through the sands of Pokokohara. Ngati raises her watery fist in defense of the Ardra. Valian or Huana, it is nothing to her who suffers in the wake of such anger.
Yeah, that doesn't make it any... Well, just reinforces my suspicions that it's bad to mess with the luminous Adra. It's highly unusual for Adra to impact its environment, as you describe.
Maybe that is for what the Valians find it so fascinating.
He scratches his head and shrugs.
Their captain brushed off my tails like the buzzing of gnats.
Yeah. Beyond the storms, is there any danger?
Ikira, we paddle our canoes the long way around Pokokahara for a reason, I say. Another people lived among our ancestors and built a temple in the desert. Now there is only death. But the Valians closed their ears to my warning.
I have some history with old places that cause storms. I'll take a look. His eyes widen a little. The smile that creases his face seems for a moment genuine.
Here, this was a token passed down from the Rangas, said to come from
Sorry, I paused it. It's just a thing.
Pokokahara in brighter days.
It's probably a key. He passes you a heavy length of copper shaped in a spiral, which would be a torque key. Not necessarily a torque key. Well, it wouldn't be, because it's a heavy length. Or maybe, I mean, it isn't. It's a... Maybe it is inspired by the torque key. Torque? I don't know how to pronounce them in English or any way, except for Portuguese, because this is where I learned about them. In the Copper Age in Europe, anyway, there were the Celts have that, and other tribes and civilizations basically had things made out of copper that they twisted into shapes because it makes it stronger. Copper is not very strong, and it might not be just because it makes it stronger, but it is definitely one of the advantages of twisting things into a shape. And that's where the name Torque comes from, or Torquay, or something. It's the torsion of it. This looks like a seashell. It does indeed, actually. It's the little thing at the top. Thank you, Ruanui.
If you need aid, Himarihi's warriors need only someone to bark commands and they will go.
I'm... Okay, tell me about your tribe. I also want to ask about Pokokahara, but that's probably other questions that I asked already. Let's go with the tribe.
Our village here is young still, but we will grow when the Valians come.
Yeah, that confuses me a little bit. It's young, but not too young to not have known better times. That's, yeah.
Akira, like an ingrown toenail.
For what does Nagati's chosen protest? Give Tikawara a chance to prove itself. That is for what we build many houses now, even a trading post.
He beams with pride.
We make Tikawara pleasing to the Valians. Then when they come for Pokokahara, they build their harbor here. They must.
You don't seem to mind the Valian influence here.
Some tribes push foreigners away, but it is good to have powerful friends.
Friends, you say?
We got plenty of those. Ours are holding our lives ransom and playing us against their enemies.
If the Valians come, they will build an outpost here in Tikawara.
His gaze and focus is like he is convincing himself of every word.
And then we will have more to trade with outsiders than just Rongi's mats. With coin comes protection, friendship. A favorable arrangement for both sides, I say.
This question, it's sort of a meta thing because I'm getting the thought before I actually ask the question, so it's because I see the option. But this question makes me go back to what he said, what was said about his smile. So he was very smiley from the beginning, but there was that occasion where I said that I had experience with winds, where his smile seemed genuine for the first time or something. I don't actually know where that was, but it's somewhere in here. And I think it's, yeah, right there. For a moment, genuine. And it makes me think that he's being friendly for the same reason he's just saying things about the Valians. I'm gonna ask, are you always this friendly? But that's a weird question to ask, given that I have now, thought of connecting those two things, his attitude and his opinion of the Valians, or at least he's trying to convince himself of. It looks like that, anyway.
You sure you want to question that?
I don't.
We never get nice ones like this.
Good point, Adair. Good point.
I say that in Tikawara there is always a spot around the fire and...
A gurgle reverberates from the stomach of the guard standing next to Ruanui. He grimaces and places his hand over his belly as if to muffle the sound. The Ranga shoots him a withering glare.
And a Koïki in every hand.
Oh, you can't see what a Koïki is? When he turns back to you, he's all wide smiles and pleasantries. Well...
Speak on, friend.
Can I ask questions? Can I ask questions about Pokokahara?
Wind and sorrow are all that emerge from the ruins. Never answers.
Why not move the tribe elsewhere?
In our old villages, We were raided by pirates, stolen by slavers, and killed by Rawatayan scouts.
His head drops further with each admission as if their acknowledgement diminishes him personally.
So I brought them here, where the soil is too poor for Koïki fruit and the water's too shallow for great fish.
He said bought, not brought, I'm pretty sure. But he said he means brought.
At least we are in the path of Valian traders as they come and go. This is protection, prosperity, a future.
Okay.
Speak on, friend. What say?
Where could I buy supplies or find supplies?
The Valians left many crates with the dwarf. He hoards them by the beach.
Annoyance flickers across his face, but it's gone as quickly as a ripple on the water.
But we never refuse a guest. If you need sleep, Himuihi will show you all the villages contending for the honor of your visit. And if you need strong Mataru warriors to fight at your side, then Himuihi can help you with this also. She guards the trading post.
Thank you very much. I have talked to her already. Okay, well, because all the things I stole from you don't have any gameplay consequence, I didn't steal anything from you. I also can't give you anything and be like, hey, I have a ship full of food. How about I give you some food? That'll last the week. Hey, why are you all... Did you see him being all... That was a thing. Okay, let's move on. Lovely place. Absolutely lovely. Look at that. I don't even know what that is. Why would they have a palisade over there? Okay. We have some tools and some shells, stained color reeds, and we have access to somewhere else. Let's go over here because we just took a right turn as soon as we came up here. So
Step back, all of you.
they're not stepping back. The broad-shouldered Haumawa at the center of the huddle takes a curious step back. His gaze never breaks from the tribesmen who have him surrounded, and his hands never stray far from his weapon.
You've all got the wrong idea. I'm waiting for a shipment of sailcloth from the homeland. Is that going to be a problem?
His expression turns stony as the implied threat crosses his lips.
Then what say you about this? Coded gibberish, or I'm an Orlin.
Someone from the crowd tosses a sheaf of papers to the ground by Arama's feet. The assembled tribesmen mutter their assent. That's the word, I just don't know how to pronounce it. I know what it means. Assent. I'll go with assent.
Damn it. He's about 2 seconds away from starting a brawl. I've got to step in.
I'll follow your lead. She clears her throat loud enough to turn heads in the direction of your party.
1 against a mob isn't exactly even. Ever heard of a fair fight?
Maya cracks her knuckles and rolls her shoulders. Shori nibbles on her lips to hide a spreading smile.
Ha! Company warships blow our canoes to splinters, and you call us unfair? You foreign imps are all the same.
Turning to you and Maya, Harama gives away no recognition other than a flicker of gratitude. So what seems to be the problem here?
As surely as sharks circle spilled blood, this one has been casting an unwelcome shadow on our village.
One of the villagers steps forward and gestures to Harama.
We found coded documents in his quarters, and he defended himself with lies. Outsider spy.
Mutters of assent rise in volume from the assembled villagers. What makes you think it's anything nefarious?
Because Rauatai hungers after these isles, like a tiger lurking in the tall grass and whetting its chops.
I kind of wish I could see the document.
If you townies are dumb enough to go blundering into an alpha predator, you deserve what's coming to you.
Maya squares her stance and shakes her head.
Who are you to speak in his defense? And who is your traitor friend who postures like she is not one of us?
Traitor friend. Jeers and... she's... What? Jeers and rude gestures fill the air, many of them aimed at Maya. Who are you to speak in his defense? Oh, she's talking to me. Is she talking to me? How is she one of you? She's Rawattai. Right? She's Valian. No, she's Rawattai. Yeah, she's Kana's sister. Kana was Rawattai. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what she's talking about. Is it the other way around? Let's see. Maya, can you elaborate? Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Maya is saying something weird when she says about the blundering into an alpha predator. Let's see what I can do over here, because I got intimidation. I'm the one who's going to bring the wrath of Bareth down on your heads. No, let's not do that. Let's go with Maya. Maya, care to elaborate?
I've got better things to do than listen to a bunch of islanders argue over who wants to die first.
Maya reaches for her weapon and begins to advance. The crowd flinches back from Maya, and their spokesperson raises a hand.
A Huana who speaks for agents of Rauatai is no friend of the tribes. She and her bird will share in his fate.
Oh, she's a Wana? Oh, I didn't know that. He sweeps his hand to encompass Maya and Harama both. I already know what I'm going to walk away from this. How certain are you? Or that I'm going to walk away from this. So I could do that. I'm gonna succeed, but yeah, let's do that. Let's be aggressive. Hopefully this is enough to push them away. I don't know. This is becoming out of hand. I really don't want to have a fight in my hands right now. On anyone. Also, I really needed to see the paper. No one threatens the board. Let's go with this. The ringleader takes in a sharp breath, examining the faces of his neighbors and fellow tribesmen.
That's what I thought.
Maya folds her arms, wearing an accomplished grin.
Harama, we will have eyes on you. Cause no trouble.
The leader of the gang points from his eyes to Aramis, and then signals to the rest to depart. Okay.
I owe you thanks for that, stranger.
The big Rauataian stands at ease and looks you up and down, nodding with approval.
Now here is a welcome sight.
He turns to face Maya. A smile brightens his features.
Is that little Deshiza? Hop over here, you old terror.
Harama opens his arms, and Maya's bird darts enthusiastically closer, pecking at Harama's shins. And that might be, or this anyway, might be an indication why Maya was so nonchalant about just being, yeah, you're gonna get yourself beaten to death or something. I don't know.
Ishi town. You don't know where he's been.
Maya arches her brows, smiling in spite of herself. I'm gonna say nothing.
I would say that we should visit the closest tavern and toast to life. But for once, I might be the odd man out.
He appraises you with a curious smirk.
Captain, this is Harama. We were shipmates on the Flying Buttress.
She looks to him, their eyes contact lingering an extra moment.
That's a word for it. You could also say we were...
Loyal servants of the homeland. That's enough out of you.
Maya touches her brow and shakes her head, hiding the hint of a smile. Shodi likes that, apparently. Worldly.
Afraid this isn't a social visit. This comes from up high.
She passes him a roll of parchment. His demeanor hardens the moment he unseals the missive. Worming his tongue over his teeth, Harama lifts up the parchment to view it against a light source. And I have lost the sealed Royal Deadfire Company missives. It's many words with capital letters.
Atsura's up to his tricks again, I see. Thank you, Maya. I've been waiting for this.
That sounds malicious.
Maya, why is she asking?
He squints at you, hesitating to say more. Yes, I know I'm stepping out of line.
Captain, later. I promise we can discuss it later. I guess we're done here. It's been, well, sort of like old times. In a good way.
Maya grins, planting her palms on her hips.
Especially seeing you coming and going again. When the dust settles, maybe we could...
I'd like that. Ishi misses you something awful.
Say no more. Good luck in your travels and other adventures. Ishiza, you keep your feathers clean.
He salutes Maya and steps back with a wink. Huh. The courier's calling. Atsura has given Maya a task to carry out while she is in my service, delivering missives to Rauatan operatives around the Deadfire. That's why I didn't remember Harama, or didn't remember any of this, or being told any of this. Maya assures me that missives are nothing more than bureaucratic paperwork. Yeah, but that's another thing. Well, she's doing her thing. I don't trust her. Huh. I don't know. These... It's such a... Oh, we can talk to her. Good. It's an interesting dynamic. Very interesting dynamic to have with a companion. Let's see what we have over here. Yeah, we're not stealing anything. This is not...
The village starves, and you hide Koïki. Fruit?
I hide nothing, you puffer fish. Traitor! Gatty's jaws will close around you!
Hey! Be cool. Let's have a chat with him. Hey.
Confess, Tamao.
Oh, he's
or
tight.
will you let good food rot?
Okay, so they're not starting a fight. He's already pretty bound. A young warrior's forehead is furrowed with lines and beaded with perspiration. He stands over a man bound to a pole.
Does mine look like a full belly, idiot? Question the rest of the Raparu. We all hunger.
Every word out of the bound man emerges as an agonized wheeze. He glares up at Mokumu.
Disgrace. Any other Raparu has worked 10 times in a day what you have in your life, and they do not complain.
The warrior pulls a dagger from his belt and thumbs the tip thoughtfully. Blinking, he turns to you, wearing a bright, friendly smile.
Watcher, we can't just let this injustice stand. Do something, or I might.
Don't worry, I intend to.
You do?
Yes.
I mean, of course you do.
Sure.
I say, this outsider speaks her mind like a Mataru.
He touches his chin and looks over Shori before focusing his attention back to you.
Another outsider. You visit Tikawara in hungry times.
Mokumu sighs through his nose.
For what do you make of this hagfish, huh? Will Tamao confess if I tighten the ropes?
You know you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. He blinks, momentarily perplexed, as he would be.
Pakeho caught this wretch stealing the last of the Koïki fruit. The tribe was to feast on it for a harvest ceremony.
The Koïki will reveal itself when you can smell it from Nekataka, I say.
I stole no Koïki, but I wish I had. I would have hid it somewhere most unpleasant.
He bares his teeth in a defiant grin.
You hear this? A second chance we give, and Tamao throws it in our faces.
Huh. He's done this before? I mean, more to the point, has he done it this time, but let's go with the before.
Lied and stolen? Akira. When we have food, he takes more than he deserves. He steals baskets and pots, and even pilfered a spearhead from a warrior on the hunt. I say there is no person in Tikawara who he has not wronged in some way. Maybe no person in the Deadfire.
What say you, Tamao?
I say I deserve what others have in plenty. Shade, a full belly, a moment to kneel on cool sands. We stopped being a tribe when Ruanui dragged us into the path of the outsiders. Now we can only save ourselves.
You shame us, Tamao. To return in your next life as a coconut crab would be too kind.
Mokumu stamps his foot, kicking up a flurry of dust, which I can only picture as being very humorous looking. So is this Koïki ceremony?
We would have eaten the last of the Koïki as a tribe. This way we give our thanks to Kahopa, the eel of life. Now this cannot happen. Our harvest fails because this one puts his empty stomach higher than the gods.
Isn't it traditional to eat the whole fruit, seeds and all?
Akira, just so. To consume the fruit, seeds, and all. This is how we pray to Kahopa for bounty.
Would it make things better if I had some spare Koïki fruit on hand? Wait. Yeah, let's go.
I say, missing food is not the problem. Tamao betrays the tribe, dishonors the Raparu, denies all of us Kahopa's mercy. And he will surely wash back into our nets as a mudfish in the next life if he does not tell us where the Koïki fruit is.
He raises his voice again just to be certain Tamao hears it.
I might have an old primer on Raotayan naval punishments lying around. You could give those a try.
You speak like an outlander, but your face is of the tribes.
Forget I said anything.
Is she? Yeah, she is. She's a Hawana, apparently. I'm confused, ain't I? Yeah. Anyway, so you have your guilty man. What's to be done?
Pakeho's word is enough to give Tamao over to the waves.
Huh.
Perfectly civilized. Go on.
This is our way.
He blinks at Maya. She was being sarcastic, apparently.
Better to drown as an innocent man than starve with you fools.
Tamao spits, but without the forward momentum, it just dribbles on his chin. Makumu turns his gaze away, doing his best to ignore him.
Justice does not fill our stomachs or our hearts. It brings the gods no closer to ending this famine.
Maku's hand strays towards his stomach. He glances out to the horizon. Sounds like a mission for me. I owe the gods a favor. Your Koïki is as good as found. Unless that's not what I mean. Let's go with that. Maybe I'm giving my Koïki, or maybe I'm looking for it. Let's see what happens.
Akira, you would do this?
Yeah.
I say, our Ranga will dedicate the Feast of the Last Koïki to your name.
He claps you on the shoulder, leaving Tamao all but forgotten.
Until the Koïki is found, I will delight in prodding this stubborn eel for answers. You are free to question him in your custom, I say. And Peheko, he tarries often by the beach.
Huh, okay, that sounds good. I'll, okay, what do you do here?
I am a warrior, like most Mataru. Can you not tell?
No, you're prodding a bound man.
We have little reason to fight on Awara, except when the fishermen drink too much of the dwarf man's liquor. But these are only small fights, not like it was on the island we left before, when the pirates, the slave... But what did I say? Awara does not give in abundance, but there are worse things, Akira.
Yeah, I'd like to know about the village.
Then you must speak with the Ranga. His lodge is at the top of the hill, past the trading post. Nairi also knows much, but she is quiet ever since. Nairi, she tends the shrine in the northwest part of town, near the statue of Ngati. Yes.
Okay, well, I haven't been there yet, I'm pretty sure, so I will. Farewell, let's have a chat with the Mao over here. The bound man casts a wary stare down at you, his arms tightening weakly beneath their restraints.
I say that a bound man is usually a more welcoming sight than this.
Takeyu, it's not the time.
You look at me for what? To watch me shrivel up in the sun?
You must be... It may be a trick of the light, but the man's emaciated scowl does appear shriveled. Tell me about yourself.
I have seen better days than this. I labor for the tribe, but our Ranga saves the best of everything for his warriors. For what does a warrior need with a full stomach when we are not at war?
Yeah. You stole the last of the tribe's Koïki?
If only my brain and belly had coordinated. I say I would have tried sooner.
He glances longingly towards the hut north of the Rangas.
The Keho hates me because I insult his puny catches of fish. All he does is weigh down his boat. For this, he accuses me.
So what's your side of the story?
The Keho says I was skulking by the drying hut north of the Ranga's home. Akira, this is so. I would have taken the Koïki, but it was already gone.
Okay. Can you think of anyone else who might have taken it?
It is said the Roparu share one empty stomach. Blame any of them, I say. The tribe drives me out like jerky because I am hated, not because I am a Koïki thief.
I can't... You're not wrong. Okay, add some questions.
Then maybe you ask someone with both feet on the ground. I need to conserve my strength.
Yep. Okay, farewell. A position like that would probably... He would probably suffocate. Because the lungs, like, as soon as... The lungs would be the first to give as soon as he loses strength. Like, in that position. That's basically the same principle as crucifixions. In fact, this might be considered a crucifixion. And basically allows... basically makes such pull on the lungs that it doesn't allow you to breathe without a lot of effort, because you're pulling your whole body to feel your lungs. I'm not really sure about that, though. I am sure, however, that this is the last of this episode, but we're gonna be back. Well, if you're gonna be back for the next episode, I am gonna be very glad. But until then, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pillars of Eternity 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye. Dare, don't smoke.